There is an idiom, the straw that broke the camel's back. And I think my last straw as a teacher last year was something that happened the day after Christmas. So this past year for work, I had been walking 2 hours to work every day. So like 1 hour there, 1 hour back. And this is something I had done in previous years, so that wasn't a huge deal. But this year they had also extended my working time by 2.5 hours a week, and this was not paid for. And this was so that I could have meetings with my Japanese teachers, and they never made time for meetings with me, so I was just there for no reason. And at one of my schools, also, one of the teachers was just not joining my lessons at all, and was just an absolute nightmare to work with. So for most of this year, I just had the mindset I'm just going to finish out the contract. And so when something bad happened or when a teacher made a nasty comment to me, I just kind of took it in stride and it was just like, I'm just finishing out the year. And at summer vacation, I didn't receive my salary, and my pay was late in September, October, and November. And when I brought this up to the company, they just made excuses about it, which I was just like, whatever, I'm just finishing out the year. I'm going to find something new. And like in previous years, like last year for Christmas, when I was going to do my Christmas lessons on Christmas Day, I was dressed up as Santa and they canceled them. So this year, I was like, what are they going to do to mess them up? And like a week before, the teacher for one of the classes canceled it, but then they rescheduled it and they didn't tell me. And then they were like, why didn't you show up for class? And the students were looking at me dressed as Santa, like, why weren't you here? So, yeah, that was just another thing. It's like I kind of expected something bad to happen, and I was just like, I'm just finishing out the year. And then also, I didn't get paid on Christmas, and so did the other teacher who was working in the city. And I ended up lending him money so that he could go to his Christmas event, and I just skipped mine, and I just stayed home. And I felt like at the time I was like, I helped out my friend, I'm doing okay. And then for the 26th, the day after, I had a work task that I had to do, and I completed it. And when I was talking to them about how they messed up my Christmas, they just made their usual excuses. And then they told me, we don't think you did a good enough job on your task, so we're not paying you. So I think for me, that was my last straw where I'm just like, yeah, I'm done. I'm not finishing out the year. So that's kind of why I ended up quitting.